Hey, this is Fate212. I'm Nafka, and hey, I want to talk about my Dark Eldar, primarily because Dark Eldar and Eldar ally up so well. Okay, a lot of people have been trying to figure out exactly how to make these two mesh together real well, and there's not been a lot of insight on the web about it. And I think the best way to understand how these work together is to really get in and talk about the Dark Eldar. Um, This is one of the most common uh, troop choices for your Dark Eldar warriors that you're going to see around the gaming tables. It's 5 men with a blaster on a Venom. Okay, that's the Venom. No arguing about. People understand that the Venom is just plain awesome. Okay, the 5-man warrior squad. Well, hey, it's 45 points for the guys, 15 points for the blaster. Hey, it's cheap. Okay, it's 60 points. It's not my favorite configuration anymore, but when I first got the Codex, this is what I fielded a lot of, okay? I fielded this a lot. Now, the reason why I don't anymore is because I think the 15-point blaster upgrade is a waste of points. I think it's not valuable enough because I don't want to get a 5-man warrior squad really within rapid fire range of anybody, and 18 inches is way too close for these guys. It also prompts me and tries to make me put my Venoms in close. My Venoms don't want to be within rapid fire range. In fact, my Venoms don't even want to be within 24 inches of anybody with a bolter, because a squad of even 5 bolters could down this poor Venom. All right, not a good scenario. I've seen that happen a couple times. You know, squad of 5 bolter shots coming in, and bam, there goes my flyer or my Venom. So anyway, I have moved away from this type of a unit, and what I have done instead is I have put these guys in their place. This is simply 5 guys without a blaster. All right, I save 15 points. I get another splinter rifle. And now these guys are just infantry killers, and they just pick guys off. That's all their whole job is: pick guys off, shoot at monstrous creatures. They're not bad, they're not scary, and the weaker players will generally I shouldn't say weaker players. Um, if you're doing well, these guys will not get shot at all game. If things are going horribly bad, sometimes people will focus on these. But overall, 5 5 men with regular rifles in a Venom, or even in a Raider. Okay, I like both configurations. Let's talk about the differences between this guy, which everybody knows and understands, and this guy. All right, Dark Eldar generally. One of the big questions with Dark Eldar is, how am I going to break tanks? It really is. With Eldar, you can actually get into that and fix it a little bit better, but I like Raiders. I'm a big fan of Raiders. Now, here's the difference. This guy is an infantry killer, okay? This guy can break a tank, or it doesn't matter what he's shooting at, which tank it is, all right? These guys are infantry killers. These guys... well, you put a blaster in there, so you're going to be more prone to shoot at a tank. Okay? I like my infantry to be shooting at infantry only. Alright? Or anything that they can gain a pain token from. Alright? I don't want to be shooting these guys at a tank at all. I want them to gain pain tokens when they can. This guy can never gain a pain token, but yet he shoots at infantry. All right, he's too efficient, in my opinion, to ignore. You got to have some in your list, but I think spam lists ignore the fact that your pain tokens should be gathered by these guys, not these guys. And too often in Venom lists, your Venoms are doing all the infantry killing. So this is where the Raider comes in. 1 extra hull point. I like the Raider. Okay, it is 5 points cheaper than the Venom. With a basic configuration, which is what I generally field. But I think that infantry in general should be killing infantry. Now, I still use Venoms, okay? I just do not use as many as other people do. Okay, that brings me to the 10-man squad. All right, a 10-man warrior squad. Notice that I have a Sybarite and a Splinter Cannon. All right, that takes the squad up to 100 points. Gives me an additional leadership and gives me some extra range for this squad to kill things at 36 inches. I like that a lot. You cannot use Venoms with this squad because there are 10 guys. Obviously, a Raider and 10 guys is pretty cool. Now, I don't keep my 10-man warrior squads inside Raiders. I don't do it. I don't like it. I just refuse to do it. I think that is not only a major waste of your warriors, because once that Raider, which has a good chance of just exploding, you're going to lose way too many guys to do that, okay? I've lost before 6, 7, and 8 guys that were inside of a vehicle. 5 guys I'll keep in the vehicle once in a while, but their job is to get out, because if they stay in there, it's a death trap. Because they get wounded on 3s, okay? So, 10-man warrior squads at 100 points. Raider plus 60. I like it. They're good squads. Combine the two, okay? A couple 10-man squads, a couple 5-man squads, and all of a sudden you're starting to see a force. You're starting to see a force that is viable, at least the way I see them and the way I play them. I will mix and match these kinds of squads all the time. So, anyhow, this is my 10-man warrior squad with the Raider. Now, I want to talk about the big bad boy. All right, this is your, sorry for the jumping there, a 20-man warrior squad with Sybarite, 2 splinter cannons. This squad at long range is putting out 12 plus 18, 30 shots. Okay, notice that my Sybarite is carrying a rifle. I like to keep him with a rifle. And also, you know, a Venom Blade is also nice, but if you have the points. But it's not necessary. These guys are just poison weapon experts, okay? It's total of 30 shots at 24 inches, and if somebody dares to get within rapid fire range, well, you add another 18 to that. You're getting 48 poison weaponry shots. All right, these guys have to have a Sybarite in them. You need that leadership 9. You have to have it, okay? Your job is to get pain tokens on these guys and make them even more durable. All right. Hey, a Farseer sitting around hitting these guys with guide. Oh my goodness! Now you're twin linking them. Some very cool things to do with a 20-man squad. Okay. All right. This is a way to help that 20-man squad. All right, a 20-man squad is that 20-man squad that you saw is already sitting like 210 points. Add a homunculi, give them feel no pain right off the bat, or add Duke Siliscus. Duke Siliscus, what does that bad boy do? Well, he's kind of a watered-down Archon with a leadership of 9, but he makes all your poison weaponry in that squad wound on a 3+. Okay. Now, if you're adding Duke Siliscus, take out the Sybarite. You don't need him. All right. You don't need to spend those extra points. The homunculi, well, he's only leadership 8, so you'd have to keep in the Sybarite. But anyhow, this makes a very deadly squad. Okay. You give these guys, you know, from an allied Farseer, Prescience, or you give them Guide, and you have Duke Siliscus in there with, hey, going into rapid fire range, 48 shots, you're going to hurt something. You're going to hurt something pretty hard, okay? That's a squad that cannot be ignored. All right? That is pretty much my opinion on how you're fielding these guys. I do not field Dark Lances in these squads. Notice that there's no blaster in this squad. I mean, is that going to be foolish? You know, if they're getting assaulted, they're already going to die anyway. All right? If they're being assaulted by a vehicle like a dreadnought or something, it's just not a good scenario. they can actually break away from it since they can't hurt it with the new 6th edition rules. I just like to be able to, they don't need to be able to kill tanks. Their job is to kill infantry, get pain tokens. All right? Stop the opponent from being able to hold objectives. All right? My raiders, ravagers, things like that, my Eldar units will take care of the tanks. Or even Trueborn squads once in a while when I field the Trueborn with blasters. So anyhow, this is Fate 212. I'm Nafka, and this is kind of giving you just an idea of the different style of units, warrior units, that I'm fielding. I love Dark Eldar warriors. I have a whole bunch of them. I still have some on some of the old sprues from 1998 that are still full of warriors. I think I have 40 warriors on sprues that I still need to put together. So, anyhow, this is Fate 212. I'm Nafka, and next I think we'll talk a little bit more how I would combine some of this stuff. So, I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.